Peace, and thanks for getting on the back of the bus with me, Africa Hot. This summer, I had the chance to pick the brain of one of my favorite artists, Bilal. In Chicago to open for fellow Philly native Jill Scott, we talked about the challenges of being an independent artist, the story behind his much touted but unreleased album, Love for Sale, and what's next on his plate. Check it out. What's going on, brother?
Hanging out, man, chill.
Thanks for sitting in with us. So, it's been roughly a decade or so since your first album came out, and you kind of started doing your thing on the scene. Haven't really been in the forefront in terms of your solo music since then, but you've been producing and collaborating with other people.
Mm-hmm.
In that 10 years or so of just kind of being in the belly of the beast of the music industry, what have been sort of the hard-learned lessons, if there are, and I'm sure, but...
Well, shucks, there's lots and lots of lessons. The main lesson I've learned is just be more hands-on. You know what I mean? Can't really leave things up to other people. You really have to have a vision for yourself, and by any means necessary, make it happen. You can't really wait around for other cats to do that.
Now, I mean, talk about a little bit what it was like making that first album compared to subsequent times that you've been recording and out on the scene. I mean, was it more of a challenge when you were first coming out? Do you feel like once you had that first album, there was sort of an expectation and, maybe fans had a certain attitude or the industry had a certain attitude about what they expected from you? Did that create any complications? Or?
Well, when I first came out, that first album, it was cool, I worked with a lot of dope people on that album, like Dr. Dre, Amir, James Poyser, just dope cats like Jay Dilla, and that was it was really a learning experience. I learned a lot about producing and songwriting.
Because you were mad young at the time, right?
Yeah, I was like 19, 20
okay.
at the time, so I learned a whole lot on that album. And that album it was so eclectic as far as like different types of styles on the record. So I don't know. I think when people are out here, like people on the street, they come up to me, they don't really expect anything. And the album was so open ended that I kind of feel like cats just want to hear. They want to hear it, that they want to hear me push the envelope.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I do. I see my music as something that changes all the time. So when people hear it, or come up to me, or come to the shows, they always want to see a stretch and push the envelope. Now
Rolling on the floor for it.
but with labels, the industry is weird right now as far as that. Like, they just want you to do a bunch of ringtone, like commercial, 5-second type songs, that they could make quick money on. And artists like me, that's not. Well, I know me personally, I ain't down with that. That's not what I do. That's not what I'm in this for. I'm in this to stretch and really push the envelope of music. Not only black music, but music as a whole. So
it's funny that you bring that up because, I mean, you're known, like you said, for working with more, I guess, underground, eclectic, conscious artists, which has its positives, but are there any mainstream artists that maybe you want to work with that you feel like you've been sort of relegated away from because of the fact that you have that sort of tradition of working with more underground artists?
Well, I think I've worked with the mainstream artists that I would want to work with, like Jay-Z, Beyonce. The only other person I would like to work with probably be like Bjork, but that's also out.
Well, now, but I need to hear that collaboration. But
like a Bjork or Radiohead, that'd be awesome.
oh yes, awesome. But your and you know your schedule of follow-up album Love for Sale was highly anticipated. You know, a lot of people were sitting and waiting on that, and shit happens. Unfortunately, it ended up getting leaked. Talk about what that experience was like going through that, because you know I was one of those people that happened to get a hold of one of the bootlegs and found the music to be very next level, great progression artistically, stuff that I was looking forward to buying, and when it didn't get released, I was really disappointed about that. So, I mean, talk about what that experience was like for you as an artist and as a person to kind of have to go through that creative process and then have to kind of walk away from it.
Uh, it was disappointing because that album, a lot of the music I had produced on my own and wrote on my own, and like a lot of the stuff was predominantly me and my band played on it. Some of the stuff I did my own, so it was like it was kind of disappointing when you know that didn't come out, but it was like a catch-22 because whenever we play out live, like the whole audience knows they know all the songs. So, you know, in a way, it makes me feel like, you know, the label didn't like that album. The label didn't really like any of the songs on Love for Sale. So it was really cool when I see cats liking it. I'm the type of person though. I don't really hold on to music like that. You know, I write songs every day.
Right.
You know, so didn't come out. I just kept it moving. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm happy cats like it. I hope they like my new stuff.
Right.